time.
And welcome to another installment of the Generic Paranormal Show. I'm KD, and this is Austin.
What's up, people?
And tonight, our topic, we do have a topic tonight.
Ooh.
Yep. We're going to start on a topic, and we'll see where that takes us. Let me get to the old chat room here. So tonight we are going to discuss something that myself and Katie have checked into personally. That would be the red-headed giants of Jesus Christ,
Malta.
The red-headed giants of the Lovelock Caves. That's what I was trying to say, and it just didn't come out right. Hello, Carol Garcia. How are you?
My ancestor.
Hello, everybody.
And so me and Kate, Austin, do you have any experience searching or researching for the red-headed giants? I threw Bigfoot in there too because this is sort of specific. This is kind of specific. I feel like it's in the world of Bigfoot, so that's why I threw Bigfoot on there too.
I don't necessarily feel like it's in the world of Bigfoot. I would be more. I would think it'd be more closer to like the giants of Malta, but that's a whole different like.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I vaguely know what the giants of Malta were, but now if we're talking about the red-headed giants of Lovelock Cave, then this is where we're going to be. So let me share this right here. Share this tab instead. All right, here we go. We're going to go to good old Wikipedia and get a basic rundown for this. Okay. So Lovelock Cave is a cave in Lovelock, Nevada. Horseshoe Cave is the name of it, I do believe. Right here. Sunset Guano Cave. It was known as Sunset Guano Cave, and the reason why is because, well, it was. Hello, Linda.
Sunset Batshit Cave.
Yeah, batshit. So the reason why they call it that though is because there's so many freaking bats in there, and like settlers, whenever saltpeter became like a thing, that's where they were going to get their guano.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like fucking sundowning. And no offense to anybody if anybody here suffers from Alzheimer's or any of that, but
no offense to Joe Biden.
But sundown guano sounds like fucking somebody with sundowners. Like you go batshit crazy.
Yeah, no, it does. Well, batshit crazy. Now, is that what they're talking about? Like, did
that
guano miners go insane from some kind of
the chemicals?
That's why they call it batshit crazy. I had never thought of that.
Yeah, that is actually why, because it
sounds like that would be a thing.
It is 100%. It is a thing. You can look at it. Is. I actually do know that.
Explain this to us, Austin.
Well, I don't remember where exactly it was, but it is something along the lines of like it was a guano industry and the workers started suffering from serious sicknesses. And they find out that, oh, yeah, it's all related to all the bat shit they were working with all the time.
And thus the term batshit crazy was born.
Yeah. They said that it fucks with your head. But you got to think like the fumes and the toxins from feces in general. I mean, you sit in a porta john long enough that's been used all day. I mean, yeah, you're gonna start fucking having problems.
You're inhaling fecal matter.
You're gonna get very sick. You
You
may.
don't want to inhale fecal matter. You don't want to breathe duty.
I mean, it's the same thing as like with urine having ammonia. Like you wouldn't like ammonia in general is not good for you. You should not intake pneumonia
Well,
or be exposed to it for very
Austin,
long.
you're in luck because this story doesn't include any of that. Oh, okay.
Oh, I
History.
like what you did there with the pun, or with the, was that a pun?
That was a pun.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, you're in luck. All right, so history of the Lovelock Caves. I'm going to start right here. The large rock shelter is north of modern day Humboldt Sink. Lovelock Cave is in Lake Lahontan region, next to the former lake bed of Lake Lahontan. It was formed by the lake's current blah blah blah. Okay, this is a lot of like geology history. I'm not going to go over the geological history.
All right.
I wanted to find a okay. So basically, Lovelock Cave. Okay, according to the Paiute oral history, the Paiute is the
Tribe there, local tribe.
local tribe there.
Mhm.
The Sateka or Sai are legendary tribe of red-haired cannibalistic giants. Mummified remains of a man 6 feet 6 inches tall were discovered by guano miners in Lovelock Cave in 1911.
It's a giant.
Huh?
Like that's a giant. That's like a point guard in the NBA.
Well, not in 1911. Apparently, it was that was, and especially for natives, I suppose they were probably shorter on the average. And
Probably true.
for the native tribes, I think 6'6" was a pretty damn tall. You know.
It makes you think that there must have been some kind of like genetic mutation, either a genetic mutation amongst the tribes people that like was like specific to a specific like a family or something, or that came from somewhere else.
Right.
And they aren't local to the tribe, but they came and bred with the women there or whatever, you know, integrated with them.
Well, they say that the skeletons that were found there were actually of normal size, but this is you know, maybe that you know, are they talking about 6'6" is a normal size, or are they saying that wasn't actually found? Because here's the thing: none of these taller skeletons still exist, right? I think it was the Reed collection, is what it was called.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have found giant skeletons, like giant human skeletons. I think in the like Malta area. And Tim Lovejoy, I know you're watching. Please correct me, fact check us.
Well, one of
Fact
the
check me on that.
interesting. Well, it's what we
But
do here.
but those motherfuckers were like
recklessly
8 feet
speculate.
tall. Those things
Well,
were
so-
8 feet tall, though. So
well,
like, those were real giants.
Well, not only were these giants cannibals, the Lovelock giants, not only were they cannibals, supposedly, according to the local tribe that, you know, I will talk about their demise here in a second, but so the local tribe is basically the only point of contact for the red-headed giants, right? Like none of this actual settlers there, your European settlers or whatever you want to call them, Western settlers. I don't know.
Okay.
None of those. The reports aren't from those people. There might be one or two here or there, but we're talking about this Lovelock Cave situation.
Oh, because the natives were the guano miners, right?
No, they actually had ancestors, I think, that lived in that area also. I don't know. They probably did use the guano for something, but the guano mining took off in the early 1900s.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of uses for it.
But it was we're talking about like miners though. We're not talking about like the natives weren't doing the mining. I don't think.
Probably not.
So, huh?
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this thing doesn't want to stay lit. Okay. So basically, Katie and I have investigated this very situation ourselves. Trying to find the footage that I have, but it wasn't the best situation. It was cool to get the opportunity, but we just did not click well with the people that we were doing the work with. We were supposed to be filming like a partial documentary type thing. We did a ghost hunt all through Virginia City, right?
Yeah.
And so they brought us along as like the paranormal the paranormal asset, I guess is what you would say, you know, like for their They wanted to do a paranormal investigation across Virginia City, and then also go check out the Lovelock Caves and kind of do a hybrid.
So
I don't
like
know if they were expecting to find like
just covering some
a
local
redheaded
mysteries,
giant
it
just
sounds
still
like.
hanging out. I feel like they were expecting to find one just hanging out somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's it's kind of like what the way that a lot of these debunker people approach stuff too. I don't know
so
if that's
anyway,
how they were, but
yeah, so that's neither here or there. So, but Katie and I did actually go and research this ourselves, and here's the story. So the story is basically that the local tribe, the Paiutes, were there, and the redheaded giants that lived in this cave, that they would cannibalize their tribe members.
yeah.
They would set traps like deadfalls. As a matter of fact, I have a couple wee little videos here.
Oh, that else.
Let's see.
I have a horrible,
There are legends and
horrible,
stories
horrible
about
mix-up.
red-haired giants in North America. These red-haired giants were said to be a towering race of
Yeah, he's a
beings
lot better
living
at
over
it.
7 feet tall.
Yeah.
According to Native American folklore, these giants lived in the distant past and roamed the land freely. Many tribes have stories of encounters with these giants, often describing them as powerful and fearsome. Some legends even speak of battles between these giants and Native American tribes.
Right.
While these tales may be seen as mythical,
Now that's actually how the redheaded giants came to their demise, supposedly. Now, according to Paiute legend. Yes, well, sort of. According to Paiute legend, the Paiute tribesmen, they were tired. There was a final straw. Probably ate one of their kids. Who knows? According to legend, that's what they did, right? They would set out dead. They would dig holes and they would put sticks over them, and they'd set basically a deadfall type trap, and they would set them along the trails so that they would catch. They were specifically trying to catch, people and eat people, and so they went after them, and they found them at their cave, and while the giants were asleep, they took sage and they stuffed the entrance and all the entrances and exits to the cave with sagebrush, and they set it on fire and they burned them alive inside the cave.
Cooked them, really. If that's what
Yeah.
because if their intent was to eat them, then they were
Yeah.
just cooking them instead of burning or smoking them out or burning them, whatever.
Now I do believe that natives in the area lived in those caves at some point. Obviously, there's like there's like geoglyphs, there's cave drawings, there's like burn marks on the ceiling of the cave where fire had burned like for a long time and sooted the ceiling.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's all very interesting. When
sure.
we went out there with a dude named Tom Biscardi, and I didn't know this at the time when I agreed to do this. I just kind of bumble through things, I just run into people. I don't know who I'm running into. I'm kind of like Forrest Gump in that sense.
Yeah.
But this guy, turns out he was like one of the biggest, like, I'm not going to say he's a hoaxer, right? I'm going to say he was a
a content creator of some sort.
no, he was I think at best he was a unwilling pawn in a hoax. The biggest Bigfoot hoax outside of the video, the Patterson video, I believe it's called.
Oh, people fucking
not that video, but the one where George Norrie confronted the dude on live on the radio show.
Right.
This was that guy, dude. This was that guy, Tom Biscardi.
That's the same dude.
Yeah, same dude. Had hired me to come out to Virginia City and film and all this stuff. And this was before I did anything on TV.
So now I'm curious.
This was before Ghosts of Morgan City or anything.
Now I'm curious.
Not only paid for me and Katie to come and do it, paid for my kids and my sister to come out too. So my sister would watch my kids because it was supposed to be we're skipping our summer vacation.
So
do
when
this.
you
Dude
I
was
mean,
super
did
nice to
you
me.
know about the George Norrie confrontation before?
I did not. I had no idea.
Okay.
So,
All right, that
right,
was
so
the question.
I
Yeah.
had no idea. I did not know who this guy was from. As a matter of fact, we never spoke to him
Until you got there.
until we got there because there was another lady. I cannot remember her name right off the top of my head, but she was like his assistant, and
Yeah.
so she lived close to where we live. So she like we all kind of convoyed down there, like took 3 cars,
Gotcha.
and
Made it
yeah,
a
it was
whole
crazy.
trip.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so we went out and we checked out the Lovelock Cave. Cool ass cave, you know. Like I was kind of worried when we first got there because like okay, we were with Tom Biscardi, right? And I know who this dude is by now. This is towards the end of the trip anyway. Right. Me and his son didn't really get along the best because I don't know. It's just two conflicting personalities, I guess. He's very high energy, like hurry the fuck up, everybody needs to hurry up. And I'm like, dude, you can't just do that with some of this like paranormal events. You can't just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been rushed. I know what being rushed is like, but this was a ridiculous level of that. And you know, but anyway, I ended up getting along with them, but those dudes worried me sometimes, dude. So when we got out to Lovelock, yeah. So when we got out to Lovelock Cave, we pull up and Tom Biscardi pulls up. And, you know, we followed him out through the desert for freaking miles, just miles out through the desert.
Kind of
Just
a lot of desert out there.
oh yeah, dude. And I had never like driven across the desert to get to somewhere. You know, it just felt like we were just driving out in the middle of nowhere. That's what it felt like at first, until you kind of see the ridge of the mountains come around. And you're like, okay, I think this is where you can kind of see it from a distance.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was crazy. It was a crazy desert experience for me because I'd never been out there. But so we get out there, we pull up, and there's like a trail that leads up the side of this cliff up into where the cave is. It's like the cave is not like a cave on the ground, like nice and pristine. Like what was this picture I seen of a?
Was it up on a cliff or something?
Yeah, it was actually on a cliff. It was very defensible, very defendable. You know what I'm saying?
They either come down from the top or climb up.
There's only one way you're going up or coming down, and that was how they kind of kept an eye, I guess, on anybody coming to. Well, they didn't keep a good enough eye because they all got burned to death in their cave.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, at that point, you failed. Sorry, whoever was on lookout, you're obviously fired. Ha! Get it? There's another one. Fired. Fired. Sorry. I know it's insensitive to talk about the red-headed giants dying in a fire. Probably to somebody. I'm sure somebody's offended by that. No, it's a fictional. I'm not fictional. Extinct species. Anyways, so here's what's up. So that's kind of the reason.
Hilarious. I didn't say it.
What? It's true. I just feel like that would be.
That's just fun. He's a redhead, so he can kind of imply whatever that is.
Some people are kind of are. What's up, Russell? Some people are sensitive these days. That's all. And I just assume somebody would be offended in their place. Like they're not even here to be offended right now.
It's just funny that you said that.
It'd be like insulting the what is it, the Denovian?
I don't know, but all I can think about right now is South Park and Cartman like taking over the ginger kids, like because they made him a ginger.
Well, I'm kind of a ginger too, though, right? So
I know that's what I'm saying. Like at least you are ginger, so you could like say that.
I'm sort of a ginger. I'm not a good ginger.
You're you
I'm
are
a
like,
daywalker, right?
No, are you a full redhead?
Yeah. No.
No, Colleen is a daywalker.
Colleen's a ginger, bro. I'm a day walker. What does Colleen tan?
Yeah.
Okay, if you tan, well, me and her are day walkers. Then, if you can go out in the sun, that's a day walker. If you're a ginger, that can go out in the sun.
Well, I have some ginger in my beard. That doesn't make me a day walker.
You gotta have like freckles. You gotta have the traits, bro. You ain't got the traits. You do not have the traits. You are not a freaking ginger.
No, I'm brown hair, but I got some red in my beard.
You are about the opposite end of a ginger.
I have red in my beard, bro. Don't matter.
So what? Lots of people have red in their beard. You know who else had red in their beard? You know who else had red in their beard? The giants in Lovelock Cave. So anyway.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, bro.
So here we go. Let's watch this little this is a dude. Fact bucket. Okay.
Okay. The peyote. The Paiute.
Paiute, I believe.
That is true, Paiute.
Red-haired cannibal giants.
What? We made this 6 years ago. Fact bucket. I feel like I'm gonna get copyrighted for all that. We're gonna have to do something with that.
So you can find information about the legendary.
Why do people got to put music in the background of their stuff?
Giant cannibals of Nevada.
That way we can give commentary and say, I don't know why this guy puts his music in the background like that, but we love the enthusiasm with it, I guess.
I may have to mute that. I may have to go back and mute that. Not that I get paid or anything for these videos on YouTube.
Right. I also wonder too, like when these people like sue you for, like if they actually sue you for copyright violation, like
no. See, you get like a copyright claim, right? You get a copyright strike if you're just straight up using somebody else's.
I know, but I guess my question
is different than a claim. A claim is like, okay, if you use a song that I wrote in a video that you made, so I put a claim on it, so then I get any kind of earnings that video might ever get. So let's say you one day blew up and you got super popular and you had 50 million subscribers, and obviously people are going to go back and watch all your videos,
right?
And for every time that video gets watched,
you don't even have to have 10 viewers, they'll catch it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I don't really, like I said, I don't expect to ever have that kind of following. So, but
right.
So it doesn't matter.
We're not cool anymore, or we're too cool for these people. Yeah. That's how.
That's what I like to think. That's what I like to. It makes me feel better.
We're just way cooler than everybody. That's the thing.
That definitely makes me feel better to think that.
I think that you over there is way too cool.
Let's listen to the copyright claims.
Use the exact same wording. They're just copied and pasted from one to the other, but it's everywhere.
Yeah, this song's definitely gonna get me copyright claimed.
Paiute, see, it comes up all on its own. Paiute red-haired giants, only 564,000 results. There's a Wikipedia entry.
That's actually relatively small for
a red-haired band of cannibalistic giants. Native Americans tell the story of the ruthless red-haired giants.
I'm digging that music though. Like I want to know where that came from. I want that.
No, I'm kind of vibing to it a little bit.
I'm gonna have to check and see.
Here, Giants of Lovelock Cave. That's a skeptical one.
I wonder if I play audio on my end, like whatever. What is this? No, that's not it.
Which one was it? Some generic shit. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I can play this. Because this is on. Okay, so I'm gonna do this.
10 strange facts concerning the red-haired giants.
What do I do?
Lovelock Cave, a tale of giants or a giant tale of fiction. Evidence of a lost race of cannibalistic red-haired giants discovered. The ancient giants of Nevada, the mystery of Lovelock Cave. We're doing on page 10. Ancient giants of the New World. Are giants real? Lovelock Cave. Red-haired giants of ancient Nevada. New Hollow Earth. Oh, Hollow Earth. Why not?
Dude, this is giving me a panic attack.
He's just reading off a bunch of
It's like, wow. What is this?
I don't even know what we're watching. Like, what is this?
You want, and they're basically all.
I don't know why we're watching this. I haven't watched it. I just pulled up some videos. And I was like, hey, we'll watch some videos on the redheaded giant thing. And so this is not obviously. I don't This is not a real
That
picture.
is the evidence of the lost race.
No, that is a picture posted
Throw a Bigfoot
on.
there to illustrate his. Why not just throw a Bigfoot in there too? Why the heck not?
This is
Why the hell not?
oh, that was not. It didn't say, "Hey, this is a picture of what we found." It was like, "Hey, look at this clickbait." Now read this article.
Cannibal giant claim is one of the pillars of this kind of basket of claims
Like
for
cigarette in the last 25
widespread
minutes.
accounts of.
Do I know?
Is that like your 6th cigarette in the last 25 minutes?
I don't know. I smoke a lot while I'm doing this.
I know, I'm just
smoke a lot,
fucking,
dude.
I'm just fucking with you. Continue.
Mind your own business. Quit judging me.
White,
I don't been-
red-haired giants. They're supposedly talked about in the legends of Native American peoples. When you go in and look at them one by one,
It is distracting, Linda. I don't like music. The
Can you lower
music
the
is so
volume a little
loud.
bit?
If I do, you know what? I can do this maybe. Here we go. Just read it.
every single one.
This is stupid.
It is. I
So,
don't know.
anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to do there. This is like why.
Yeah. I feel like it's not. It's taken away from discussion.
So Austin.
I like discussion.
So Austin.
So KD, what's up?
Did you see the thing about what was it? What was it? It wasn't anti-gravity. It was oh man, what was that article on? Let's see here.
I know that they found a cure for type 1 diabetes. That's important information.
Like a cure or
Yeah.
like a treatment, like some shit that you take and
No,
it's
like
gone, or
no, like and everybody's gonna like this is actually they've done a number of research in this paper. This study was actually it's not even a study. It's actually like a real data and everything. Like a real. I mean, I guess it would be a study, but they've done basically they reprogram stem cells to be producers of insulin. So basically, like they'll program stem cells to produce insulin, and then they'll put them into patients that have type 1 diabetes, and then basically the need to inject yourself with insulin goes away. Is the whole thing, from what I got.
right?
But
Yeah,
there's a lot more to it. But like basically these studies, like if you read, we were just reading one, and I just I know somebody that is gonna actually talk to their doctor about it. But I mean, the potential for stem cell research is insane, dude. Like,
oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I know that a lot of people have problems with it, but I feel like there's a way that we can do it. You know what I mean? A lot of people think because it's like aborted fetuses or something like that.
Well, here's the thing. I think the thing is you don't want like there's obviously going to be times where there's like not. I don't want to talk about like well. Like let's say when you just when people miscarry and stuff, there's going to be times when there's
you have no like there are going to come up situations where these things
yeah
will be
I don't think there should be a situation where it should be where you would create like a market.
No, that's
the thing you want to watch out for is you want to watch out. You don't want a market to be created out of it because that at that point it becomes unethical. And I know it costs money to do stuff. I know it costs money to do research, and I know these companies want a return on their what they put in. But at the same time, man, there's like I feel like there's moral boundaries that we
yes, there are. But that's why we got to keep it away from big pharma. Like that's the thing that I think, like a lot of these institutes,
or like why couldn't one of these big companies just do something? I know they put a lot of money in, and that's why a lot of the medications are expensive. But why couldn't they just do some shit just like out of without an expectation of return. Does that make sense?
Because it's a lot of money.
Right.
However,
But also it's a it's not always about money, right? I feel like that would be a big if the pharmaceutical companies would do something like that, that would be, if they don't want to go away, or if they don't want people, just the general public, hating them like they all do, like ask anybody and they'll tell
there's
you
no getting away from
they don't
that.
like the pharmaceutical companies and they think they're evil, right? That's what any person on the street would tell you. So, like, it would definitely help their.
Well, that's what I was trying to say, was that that a lot of these institutions, like these research facilities that are independent from big pharma, a lot of them have actually started keeping their research hidden until the data is published because of that reason. There are inventors, like people that are doing great work with, like there was a recent study. There was something that recently came out that was like a big innovation that they didn't talk about, that they didn't tell anybody about until the study was done.
Yeah. Well, that's
and
the way
reason
it should
they
be
do
done.
that is so that the government or other, people don't get their grubby hands on it.
Yeah, like, well, and that's the problem with like research projects in general, right? Like any kind of studies or research that's done, here's the problem, is somebody's always paying for it. And the
that's
people
where
that are
U.S. tax dollars are supposed to be going, is to U.S. government,
be like a
U.S.
be like a non like I don't have a dog in the fight really, because we're kind of just throwing the money away, but we're not, but we are. But at least it's not
50 million.
Yeah, if
over
we could
to
get non-biased studies, that'd be great. But everybody's biased in their own way.
That's why I think like these studies are super important by these independent facilities, these independent institutions that are not. And so, like the way that these people did it, I'm pretty confident that the fact that, I mean, stem cell research.
Sure, I'm not bagging. I'm not saying that I don't trust their study or nothing like that. So don't take it that way.
I wasn't even insinuating.
Yeah. Oh well, I just want to disclaimer. I have no problem with this study. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. And I think I'm for using stem cells, man. But I think it just has to be done in an ethical way. And it has to be done not only in an ethical way, because people's ethics, I feel like, although they shouldn't be different, they are. But
as much as I would hate to, as I hate to say this, but I feel like there is an endless supply of
you have to be sensitive.
I hate to say that, like
culture's
that,
involved.
but like, right, but you get what I'm saying, is that like there is, unfortunately,
and that's what I'm saying,
supply of stem cells, and I saying stem cells instead of the other term, but
yes.
So I mean, like, I guess my point is, like, if this is happening regardless, right? Like, I mean, what else are we going to do? I mean, I feel like it would be better. I mean, obviously the parents or the whatever, they have to be approving of this research and everything. But I feel like if it can help somebody else, like the same way with organ donors, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I have recently, I feel like I changed my mind on being an organ donor, dude. Like, I might have that shit changed. Yeah, bro, did you see the story about the dude that, so like there was an accident or something and he got really messed up and they were like, well, he's not going to live. And they told the family, hey, he's not going to live. Mm-hmm. And then he was in a coma, right? And they started like shutting him down and like, marking him up. We're going to take this stuff because he was an organ donor, right? Mm-hmm. And they like to, their ideal situation is to harvest organs from a otherwise living body. That's the best way to do it. And so the closer they can get, the sooner the better, right? So they're already marking this dude up, and he's just like they just took him off of the ventilators and everything,
Mhm.
And then this dude wakes up, bro, when they're cutting him, when they're starting to pull his organs out. He starts moaning and he wakes up, and that's a nightmare, dude. That's like out of a horror movie,
That was crazy.
But
Is
now
that-
this guy is messed up for life, right? He was brain dead for a while. He's messed up for life. He'll have to be taken care of the rest of his life, but he is there, right? Like behind his eyes, what I'm talking, what I'm saying. He's like aware, and so if somebody shows a sign to live, you can't just. So I guess they had stopped. They were like, "Oh, well, we better stop right here." Oh yeah, Becky. Yep. They were there. You know what? They were just waiting on you to give them the slightest bit of trouble, and they'd be like, "Oh, we lost her." Just getting an endoscopy. We lost her. We're gonna have to harvest these organs.
Kind of sounds like
Becky's got good organs. We're taking these organs. Yeah, so I feel like I don't know, man. I might not mark that box next time. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't feel real good about it no more.
Kind of sounds like my story.
But it happened to you?
Almost. Well, I was almost. I mean, they were introducing the papers for harvesting my organs to my parents.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, no thanks. They're too eager.
Mhm.
They're way too eager to take your shit. No.
Yeah.
I just bad. Call it what you want, bro. But if I come back, if I'm gone and I come back, I'm gonna want my organs. Sorry, but I know
Right.
y'all want to get them ASAP. But check it out. I might not be
granted,
done
what
with
are
them
the
yet.
chances of that happening?
I might change my mind. I might not go to the light, dude. I might have been like, I'm going to the light, and then nope. You know what? I'm gonna go back this way. I forgot. I had some things I wanted to do.
Right.
Gonna need that liver.
I mean, but what are the chances of, like, if you are in that state and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, like, what are the chances that you just pop back awake? Like, if you have been in this state for so long, they take you off of life support, you're basically on the verge of dying, and then all of a sudden you just wake back up. Like, how would
Well, I
anybody
feel like
the chances of that happening, I feel like, are slim to
chances
none.
one. If the chances, that's all it takes is once.
I mean, I guess.
I'm gonna take my chances. You can wait till I'm dead for a few minutes. All right, I'm sorry. You gonna wait? You gonna give me 5 minutes, bro? Go take a smoke break. Go take a smoke break. Come back.
I feel like that should be standard protocol. If it's like,
Yeah,
you should be
like,
given
this
like
dude-
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes.
Like, just make sure.
Go smoke you a cigarette.
All right. Just make sure it's not a false alarm before we
Watch a couple TikTok videos. Smoke you a cigarette. Have a cup of coffee, maybe.
Yeah.
And then come
Right.
back and check. If I'm moaning and shit, I changed my mind. I don't want to go. I made it. I turned around. I didn't go to the lot.
Yeah. I saw who was up there. I was like, I'm all right.
I was like, I forgot. I left
I've always wondered, I've
I left the
thought about
oven
that
on.
too.
I left the oven on. I have to go back and I have to that oven's on. So I'm gonna go
Speaking of oven, babe, you want to go start
turn
the
your
oven
oven off, babe.
for the potato tots? Fuck yeah.
Anyways, I saw some kind of thing in my Googles.
Okay.
You know how like if you swipe right on your Android, it'll just kind of take you to the Google, like
What?
news, whatever.
Well, if you
swipe
have it
right.
turned on, yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I
Okay.
have it on because I think it's cool because they just be throwing all kind of weird shit at me all the time. It's like
I mean, I
weird
read
science
Google
shit.
News.
Shit that I don't understand. I tell you, the biggest thing to me lately is AI, dude. I've been kind of consumed with just trying to wrap my head around AI and how fast it's moving, and I think that's gonna be one of the biggest changes in our lifetime. And you might not really even see, it might be a change that you might not even really see. You know, it could be, and it probably won't for the most part. It'll be unnoticeable by you, but
It's already
in reality,
happening, I feel like.
oh yeah, no, it totally is, and it's just it just depends on like where, you know.
Our phones have AI already. My camera has AI on my phone.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and that's another thing, right? Like when we're taking pictures these days, you're not actually taking pictures. You're not taking a picture of what you're seeing in front of you. You're taking a picture, like your phone is saying, you know, this is what you should be seeing, and it's reproducing that, right? It's not like an old school, like a film type camera where you're using a shutter and the light comes in and it is actually
you can turn the
imprinting.
AI off on it though. Like
It doesn't matter though, but it doesn't even matter because you're using a digital camera, so it's literally
compared to the film, of course.
right. Yeah.
Same way with like audio, you know, nothing will compare to a vinyl, nothing will compare to the magnetic cassette tape.
No, but there's definitely, I'd say, a more solid reason why, you know, for like a actual photograph of reality, right? As unbiased as you can get, it would be a like an actual film camera, you know, where it uses a shutter and the light to imprint, like actually what you would be seeing. Not even really what you would be seeing, but you know, a more objective version of that, right?
Yeah, just like not an enhanced version,
right? Like a more plain, realistic version of, you know, because the way you see blue may be different than the way I see blue, right? And
especially if you're colorblind, yeah.
Right. We're not talking about digital saturation type stuff or anything. You're getting literally what you, and the only thing that would change that would be the way you. Sorry, Becky says AI can track you. That is what they're trying to do. Oh, they're not trying to do it. They're totally doing it.
Oh, they could track us long before AI. So I mean, that's nothing new.
No, but
I don't feel like AI. I mean, it may be able to determine like your tendencies and shit.
Yeah,
like, they'll be
that's
able to
what I was gonna say
before you go somewhere if they really want to get you.
That's what I was gonna say. I think AI will probably, you know, everybody's like, oh man, it's gonna turn into Skynet and kill us all. I feel like it's probably going to be more. It's going to be used for like your shopping tendencies, like to try and make you shop at certain places. And bing, look at that! I was getting in the car to go to the grocery store, like I do and then I just got a coupon for freaking Target or whatever. I don't know. It's like that's their purpose of tracking you. We think it's for a much more sinister, like they're gonna come get me, man. But in reality, they just want to know where you're going so they can sell that to somebody who cares where you're going and wants you to go wherever they want you to go, and they're gonna try to figure out a way to direct you in that to that place.
Or you got all those people that are calling you all day long, talking to you about your car's extended warranty. Or, I mean, that's the generic.
I've got like six extended warranties on my car. I buy one every time they call me.
Do you really?
No.
That would be funny. I was somebody who's rich enough to like do that. You know what I mean?
That'd be dope. That'd be like a good YouTube video for somebody.
I know.
Mr. Beast. Just give all the scammers everything they want.
Dude, there is a guy that like does that. Like I see him on YouTube. He actually like.
No, yeah, he busts the scammers though.
He'll hack into their cameras and their computers and shit. Yeah. Like I think it's awesome.
Yeah, Becky. I'm not 100% sure why. I mean, obviously facial like your facial pattern would be useful.
I feel like everybody forgets about driver's licenses.
Yeah, well, see, the thing about driver's licenses, they could very well scan you. Like when you're getting your picture taken, it could also just do a quick scan and bam, you're done. I don't know.
You can match up your driver's license face to your face. There's characteristics. There's your forehead lines. There's your cheekbones.
Right.
All that stuff. It doesn't
right.
matter.
Well, there's a difference though in like 3-dimensional facial recognition, like your phone has, right? Like if the light on your phone.
Think that eventually the government's cameras for the I mean, they're already, if you look on the back of your ID, there's a holographic version of you already. I think that the cameras are going to get better to the point where their cameras can use the AI cameras, and that's what AI is going to do, I think.
Yeah, AI is going to do everything. It's going
if everybody thinks that their phone camera is going to be no, if you have a driver's license, they have your face already.
The biggest danger, I feel like the biggest danger of AI is going to be, it's not even really that dangerous.
It'll be bad for cyber attacks.
No, it feels like it would be an endless stalemate. Cyber attacks, because you have an AI figuring out what the other AI is doing, and you have that AI's got an AI that's figuring out what the other AI is doing, and it's going to just be a never-ending cycle. Almost like a loop in a program that would just loop over and over and over again.
Yeah, but guess who's always playing catch up, and who's always got their shit vulnerable?
It's going to be whoever launches first, whoever attacks first will be the side with the.
If there is a single breach, then it's already lost. That's the problem. Is like you can use AI on one side, but if AI has breached, if they breach at all, like that's already compromised. Like it doesn't matter. They can save it, but
you'll have other AI to reconstruct all around it. You'll have it'll almost be like a mesh that when it gets damaged.
I mean, I get that, but the fact of the matter
will fill in. It'll be like a wall. It'll be literally be like a firewall.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that, but if the firewall, I mean, you can keep rebuilding it, but if it keeps getting broken through, then there's no point. Your data is breached, and your data is just open. But
we're not talking about data at this point, though. We're talking about like critical infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
Because who gives a shit about Austin Maynard's fucking mailing address? It's gonna be like the power grid, stuff like that, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
So
I don't mean me personally. I'm
right. So it's going to be like a wall,
like the pipeline being shut down, or like the shit that we had before.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like my brain can't really.
That's what I'm worried about is the pipelines being shut down and our infrastructure being messed up, because even just one breach is the problem. It doesn't matter. Sure. We can have AI rebuild it and make it stronger. But if their AI is just going to breach it again, how do we?
I think the best way to do it is to have those critical systems
constantly changing.
No, you just don't have. You have as little computer control as possible, and then you have air gap space. But so it can't be hacked from the outside.
That's why paper is going to be always important.
Huh?
I feel that's why paper can't completely go away. Like we can't.
Paper may go away. Paper may go away. I feel like they'll have better writing, like better ways to write shit. Like they already have the notebooks you can carry around and just write it, and it just saves instantly. And it's like you hadn't seen that.
Well, but if we're talking about like keeping things, I mean, even a tablet that's not connected to the internet can be hacked.
Sure, but there's an air gap. There's as much of an air gap there, and then you have physical security also. You know what I'm saying?
I was just thinking about any electronic devices. Like if you're trying to keep things off of electronic devices, keep it separately.
Well, you're gonna have to have a. That's the thing. It's not that it's gonna be
certain things. I feel like certain records of certain things, like important nuclear missile codes or whatever, like that.
Yeah, all that shit's important, right? All that
should be on paper, not electronics.
Like not just that, like bridges, drawbridges and shit. You know, like I'm sure there's dams.
Anything
If
that
you were to
could
hack into,
potentially
you could
destroy
control like the
infrastructure.
level of, you know, you could like I
Yeah.
don't know.
That should be
Power plants, you name it,
like
dude. There's
that kind of shit should be kept in somebody's office, locked up in a safe vault somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it should be kept on a piece of paper, laminate, like somewhere where it's not anywhere can be found electronically. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff should not be found electronically. It should be written down somewhere, hidden in a secret place only certain people know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of agree with that. I agree with that.
like, the same way, kind of like how Genghis Khan's tomb. Like, let's do it that way. Like, you guys who bury Genghis Khan, they get killed, and then the people that killed those Genghis Khan barriers, they get killed also. So there is no trace. Like, nobody knows where the fuck any of this is done.
I'm good with that.
I'm serious, dude. Like, that's the kind of way. Like, there's certain things we got to keep out of the electronic system. Altogether.
Or just have it, or basically, I feel like, here's the thing. I feel like if it were it shouldn't be so centralized, right?
Well, yeah,
like you have, there should be, you know, it should be way less centralized. So there should be blocked off more, like, you know, individual power grids instead of like your whole East Coast, you know, northeast coast.
Yes.
You know, that type of shit, because like you knock out the whole northeastern coast line.
I feel like it should be
power.
state. It should be like state by state kind of thing.
Maybe state, maybe just like on some sort of grid to keep it. I don't know. I don't know which way would be more efficient, but I feel like that would be a better defense, like a passive defense. You know, where you don't really have to do shit. You're just making a change to the way it's organized. And that
or
change,
put like some kind of like surge protection thing to where like if one goes down,
I feel like that would be
the others.
That would be possible, right? That would be doable to do something like that if they would work more on nuclear
like
power,
or that too. Yeah. I mean,
so they could. I feel like, and I know they've been working on it, and I know the technology's kind of there. They're working on making like small nuclear power plants, and you know,
a lot of people
and
realize
waste is nothing, right? They've figured out ways to use it and stuff, and it literally produces no toxic waste. No.
Well, that's part of what I was gonna say is that we have found ways to use nuclear power without it being radioactive.
Oh, yeah,
like, that's the big thing. Like, radioactive fallout is not a thing anymore because the hydrogen bomb is not radioactive. Like, a hydrogen bomb blows up way bigger than what Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Yeah,
like that. Those were nuclear. Those were like plutonium and uranium. So like we're doing like a hydrogen bomb is way more explosive, but it's not going to leave a radioactive fallout. And so even with nuclear power plants, like if we were to use hydrogen or we were to use some other form like nuclear power, like some other element instead of like uranium or plutonium, then we can still produce the same power without the possibility of a radioactive fallout.
Yeah.
And we have found ways to do this already.
Right. No, yeah, and there's other ways to do it. It's
and it wouldn't put the communities at risk.
All of it is dangerous, right? But you have to
there's always the potential, but
there's danger in anything.
Regular power plants.
Anything you develop, any technology this like useful to mankind is going to be, the research is going to be dangerous. That doesn't mean you don't do it. And if you don't do it
this way,
if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, and they're going to have the upper hand, right? If like because China, bro, let's say China, for example, were to develop like clean, close to 100% efficiency nuclear power, right? Like they would have the clear upper hand in the world.
Well, when you think about the German U-boats, they were nuclear powered submarines. How long did they go for?
No, they weren't nuclear powered. They were diesel powered, dude.
Well, there were some nuclear powered
they weren't-
submarines.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
there
we
were.
have. There are nuclear powered submarines, but not the Germans didn't have them.
Did the Japanese?
No,
Somebody else
we
had them
we had
besides
just
us.
we had just developed the bomb. Like there was nobody like running around with nuclear powered submarines and stuff at that point.
Maybe not in we're
They
I
had
don't
diesel
remember.
powered. They had diesel powered submarines. They did. They had diesel
Okay.
powered.
all right.
They had diesel powered U-boats. Yeah, they developed the first U-boats, but then we just kind of surpassed that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
we developed the bomb first, and
Yeah.
so theoretically we should have in the game Fallout in that universe, that's what they did. They've developed nuclear power and they just ran with it, bro. They were like, we're putting freaking nukes and we're putting nuclear reactors in everything, your car, your house. Everything got its own new, and they just kind of went wild with
based
it.
on, but like the science, they're basing it off of radioactive material.
Right? Yeah, they're doing it the dirty way, right? They just don't give a fuck.
But that's the way it was back in the Cold War.
Yeah, it was. If they
that's
would have
the way it
just
was.
ran with it, and they kind of did run with it, but there were people wearing
Like when did we make the H bomb? That wasn't until like the 70s or 80s, wasn't it?
No, that was in the early days when we were doing all the testing.
Well, the H bomb was after the nuclear bomb.
Well, so
Because that's when we were able to completely make a bomb. Like I feel like that was like
H-bomb is just a different type.
I don't think we've detonated an H bomb in war.
No, we haven't. No,
we've only done testing.
The only nuclear bombs ever detonated in war was the ones that we used on Japan.
Right. And so, but like the H bomb, we have done tests. That's the one they did underwater, isn't it?
They've done them underground. They've done them in the water.
Well, but like, there's that big video of like the big water.
You talking about the bikini? The
Bikini Atoll.
The Bikini Atoll.
Yeah. Isn't that the H bomb?
I don't know if that was H bomb or not. It's hard to say.
The H bomb is a bomb. It is a nuclear bomb without any radioactive fallout.
That might be, and that's probably because the hydrogen portion
of radioactive material.
It turns it into what's called actually a thermonuclear bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it creates a fireball, I believe.
Well, it's basically splitting an atom. Yeah.
And it may not create as much radioactive fallout, but it will create radioactive. Right.
I mean, it'll be devastating.
There will be some. There's going to be some. It will have some radioactive fallout. Not as much. It won't produce as much. But here's
no radioactive.
Everything's going to be everything will be incinerated. So the soot alone from incineration, from like complete incineration for miles, is going to be bad for the atmosphere. Regardless. It'd be kind of like a big one would be kind of like a volcano going off. It's going to affect the atmosphere. It may not be radioactive, but enough of those. I guess it would be bad. A lot of people think that if we were to have a full nuclear exchange, it would destroy the world, and it definitely wouldn't.
No, because it's not radioactive anymore. I guess that my question was going to be...
Well, not all bombs that they have now are H-bombs, though. That's not what...
Right. H-bombs is just the first non-radioactive nuclear bomb.
Yeah, but they want radioactive. That's part of the strategy. That's part of this. It's like a salting of the earth type strategy. It's like we're gonna destroy the fields and then salt the earth. Like it was at Carthage, the battle or the war.
I equate that kind of like to freaking that's chemical warfare, in my opinion.
In a way, it's actually
like Agent Orange, which is like
CBRN, chemical, biological. All that is grouped into one in the Army. You have chemical, biological, and radiological, and nuclear, and that's CBRN. They call it CBRN. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, a nuclear weapon kind of encompasses all that. So it's like all those things in one.
So you can't have. So let me ask you this then: like, how would you get radioactivity out of a thermonuclear explosion if you don't have radioactive material?
But
I'm
they
just curious.
use radioactive material. You're acting like an H bomb doesn't have radioactive material. It does. It just has a additional element that they're adding into the layer of the explosion, right? And it causes the explosion to be
The H-bomb, maybe.
it magnifies it, right? But that's not the most cost efficient way, and nor is it the most useful way for them to use nuclear weapons. So it's not the standard. The H bomb isn't the standard just because they developed it and it's like, oh, this is a great bomb, whatever. But they have like tactical nukes. They have like a lot of the weapons that we have and Russia has, because we're right neck and neck. I think it's like 150. I think last time I counted nukes difference. They have that like 150, 160 more nukes than we do. And so yeah,
that we know, or that
that's recorded.
Closed.
Yeah, this known about to the public. You know,
I would imagine that there is a lot more on both sides.
There might be, and there might be. I'm just saying this is what I have to go on. So,
question: Are ballistic missiles nuclear?
No, not necessarily. Like
intercontinental,
short range. Right. Well,
intercontinental ballistic missiles, like the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Right. So ballistic missile,
like that was nuclear missiles, right?
The Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, those were ballistic missiles. Those were like medium range ballistic missiles, or no, short range. They were short range. That's why they had to put them in Cuba, right? So they wanted to put them in Cuba so that they were sure to hit. They could hit pretty much anywhere, and that's not short range. That's more like medium range. So that would be like a medium range.
That's an intercontinental. If they did an intercontinental ballistic missile,
that
could hit anywhere, any major cities in the United States.
Yeah, because it goes up into low Earth orbit, and it.
So I mean, it could go from Cuba to New York in like 30 minutes and destroy New York City in a.
I don't know the time.
Right,
it'd probably be longer than that. But it'd be pretty freaking quick. But see, we know the thing is we have technology. We know when
Look it up. I want to see if we have non-radioactive nuclear bombs now.
Let's see.
Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I think you've got to
be questioning.
Kind of the scary thing about nukes, right? I'm not worried about the initial blast. I'm worried about the radioactivity.
That's what I'm saying. And I've heard. For instance, like I've actually heard Neil deGrasse Tyson even say that like new radioactive fallout is a thing. You can shake your head at Neil deGrasse Tyson all you want, but
yeah, a non-radioactive nuclear bomb is essentially a theoretical concept, as all nuclear bombs inherently produce some level. That's what I was saying, some level of radiation. However, the closest real-world example is a neutron bomb, which is designed. I think that's what you were thinking about. Which is designed to maximize the release of neutron radiation while minimizing the overall blast and radioactive fallout compared to other nuclear weapons.
Yeah, because it's
allowing for potential reoccupation of a targeted area more quickly. But see, that's not really the goal when you're talking about U.S. versus Russia, right? When you're talking about U.S. versus whoever, whatever other nuclear power.
You're talking about anybody who's trying to use
destruction. It's called the MAD. It's called the MAD concept, or the MAD strategy, right? MAD, mutually assured destruction. Right. So that just means, if you launch your missiles at me, or if you launch a nuke at me, I'm going to launch all my nukes at you immediately. Like, I'm going to hit the button and we're retaliating like that. Yeah, the Tsar Bomber. So Becky brings up the Tsar Bomber. The Tsar Bomber was actually the largest nuclear weapon to ever be
the largest. Yeah.
And that was detonated by the USSR. 1964 or something like that. Anyway, I don't know why I know
We
that.
are over our hour, and as much as I love this conversation, Colleen is waiting for me for dinner, so I have to get off here, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it.
You can keep talking if you want, but I gotta jump off.
No, I'm good.
My
We're
lady
done.
awaits.
We are done. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Yeah, we are over our hour. And make sure that you go to Supernatural Inc. Facebook, YouTube, watch our videos, buy our ghost boxes. They're super cheap. We have our Austin. If you got to go, you can go.
Okay.
Plug my
I
box.
love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next week.
So, as I was saying, yep, ghost boxes super cheap. We're kind of trying a different way. We're selling them. We want to be the lowest price, and so the most affordable, and you get the most bang for your buck. That's what we want to be. So, like our microcoms, I forget how much we were selling these for now. I want to say these are like 125 microcoms. These are really good. Inkbox S is $75. I think the Inkbox, the OG Inkbox, I want to say, I can't remember how much we had changed that one to, but we're coming down on our prices as much as we can. I don't know how things are going to change in the future as far as like getting parts and how much the parts cost, because they come from a country called China. Becky, mine I have a question on. What is your question, Becky? What is your boggle? Fire away. I'll sit here for a few extra moments. Anyways, so let's just take a little hop on over. We can actually do that. We can do that right now. We can take a hop on over to our Supernatural Inc. page. How about that, you guys? You guys want to hop over there with us? Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna share this. Boom. Oh, look at that. We're live. Okay. Weird, man. This is so meta right here. I don't know. It's weird what's going on. And we got all of our lovely shows here with all of our lovely podcasters. Here's is this the Mariner of Spirit, or is this the When Spirits Connect? Okay, so this is Greg Costa's show. And then you got Julie's show, the Spiritual Speakeasy. You got Russell's show. This is Beyond. I don't want to get your show name wrong. Beyond Live Paranormal, I believe. It's the same name as his team. That's Russell Reynolds. So we got Julie, Greg Koss, and Russell Reynolds, and then myself. That is currently our little podcaster lineup, our happy little Supernatural Inc. home here. See, we got a lot of comments. We need to check those. So let's scroll on over here. Where would the let's see, photos. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's a cute little picture right here. This is okay, here we go. Here's what I was looking for. Very good, Katie. Here is one of 3 starter research kits, great for up and coming researchers or someone interested in the field. This kit will come with a booklet on how each piece of equipment works. Some items may vary in color. This kit is ready to ship. This is the stuff that comes in the kit. MCOM retail. I think we went down on that price. It's no longer $225. I think we need to change that. Yeah, because this was November. So we're going to change these here prices. This is not what I was looking for, but this is a cool little kit that you see. This is our static pod. We put a cool little switch on there now. It's got a nice little 9-volt battery in the bottom. Do we have any events coming up? We might. We haven't been doing a lot of events, but I am working with a place in a town that's about an hour from here, from where I live in Kansas City, and we're gonna probably be doing an event down there. I'm talking to them right now. So I met them through my company that I work for. They have video games that we put in, and they have a historic location, very historic. And so we might be doing some stuff there. It's an old hotel. Moving right along. Anyways, this is the no name box here. I guess I should get that out one day and try that out. Where are we at? I thought we had some posts. I thought we had like a post that had our ghost boxes on it. But I'm not. Oh, where are we at? Right here. Oh, there we go. So, this is an ink box.
If you have ordered a Inkbox S, this video is going to show you how to operate your Inkbox S. This is one of the most easiest boxes that you can operate.
Becky, you have to turn the volume down on the radio. If you're talking about with the microcom, you have to turn the radio volume down. Then you can hear it on the headphones, just the headphones.
Okay. One of the functionalities that I really like about this box is you can read. It's rechargeable. So in the back, when you receive your box, you'll have your cable to recharge, and you'll plug it in here. And typically, it does come already charged. We charge them, but you know, if you let it sit for a while, obviously it's going to lose its charge. And also, I would recommend placing good name brand D batteries in here, and do not charge your Inkbox S with your batteries in them. I would take the batteries out and then charge your Inkbox S. It takes roughly 8 to 12 hours to have a complete charge. After that, it'd be okay to go ahead and stick your D batteries back into this device. I would not advise going out without batteries in this device, okay? So you have a flashlight, like a backup light on it.
Oh, nice.
I find that functionality
a little flashlight
very important, especially when I'm carrying a whole bunch of things while I'm researching. This box right here, you know, already has my flashlight, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
So let's just dive right into your ink.
Get right into it.
So basically, right here, it says function. I don't know if you can see that. So it has like USB or SD card and radio. So we want it to go on radio. So we're just going to flip it all the way over to radio. Okay. All right. And so right now, this is your volume over here. Let's turn that down. Okay. I'll turn that down. And this right here is your sweep adjust. Okay.
That
Okay.
sounds really clear on these headphones.
So
It's
put
like
your
it-
antenna, you know, when it's FM. So let's adjust our sweep rate.
I have to go really fast
Let's
with
go turn it all the way.
but not on shortwave though. I'll put it on shortwave and then I go really slow on shortwave.
Okay.
You don't get, well, depends I guess on
Now, on the side here, this is
Where
your
you're at.
tuning knob, okay? This is for your band selector.
No,
right?
Becky, that
And you want to keep
no, it's the way the chip is wired. The way the circuit is on it, it doesn't shut it off whenever you plug the audio jack in like it would most radios, and that's because of like the nature of the radio chip. So yeah, you have to turn the volume down on your knob, but the volume will still stay up on your headphone.
your needle for your, you know, for your radio band. I would just keep it like right around 1, like, or in between 1 and 0, like in between that dot right there. Some of our boxes we will take out the tuning wheel, but for most of them we do not, because it just takes an extra step for us to get in there, unscrew a whole bunch of stuff just to remove that tuning knob. So it does, your device does come with directions, but people still
That's good.
ask
I'm
if
glad
we
you
can
were enjoying it.
show them how to use this device, which I get it. It's a new device. You will find that this box right here is going to be your go-to box.
Well, this was a year ago.
You know, you can hook up headphones, you can hook up an external effects speaker to it. It's a really, really good box. And plus, look, you have 7 shortwave band selectors on there. So let's go to AM, and I'm going to turn the volume up.
Oh my goodness.
And you do not need your
my
antenna.
sunshine. The one.
Steal my
I could have done
sunshine.
steal.
Said don't steal my sunshine.
That's 4 pockets full of sunshine.
Said sunshine again.
You're my sunshine. I'm kidding.
She heard it too. Wow, it's crazy how good that sounds in my headset. Sounds like it's actually just playing from my speakers here, but it's not.
You can adjust your sweep rate. Put it in the middle. Hey guys, guess what? There is no
There's no wronger way.
to adjust your ink box size.
There's no more wrong
If
way.
you want it all the way up, turn it all the way up. Who cares?
Who cares?
All
Do it.
right.
Just do it.
You
Let it
will
rip.
get really comfortable with this box the more and more you use it. I do use my personal spirit boxes on a daily basis. If not, I might skip 1 or 2 days. I have 2 special boxes that I use all the time. So that's smart. Anyways, so let's go to shortwave 1. So I'm just going to click right down here to shortwave 1. And
Click
you
on
do need your antenna up for shortwave. It's not necessary. It's just however you. Some people like the static, but I like to turn the sweep rate up a little bit. It's very interesting sounds that come through there. So this goes shortwave 2. Ooh. Actually getting stuff in to a shortwave.
Yeah. Sometimes you do, but
And also, you can use yourself as a
Antenna.
as well.
Very good.
Sometimes I like to do that. I like to hold
it
on
said
to an
antenna. Did
as
that
well.
just say? Did that just say antenna?
And also, you can use yourself as a antenna as well. Sometimes I like to do that. I like to.
That sure sounds like it said antenna. Antenna.
Use yourself as a antenna as well. Sometimes I like to do that. I like to.
I swear that said antenna. That's funny. Let's hear it again.
Use yourself as a antenna as well. Sometimes I like to do that. I like to.
It sounds like somebody shouting antenna back at her after she says, I like to use myself as an antenna. It sounds like somebody's saying, I wasn't meaning to just like review her ghost box session, but I guess here we go. We're just doing whatever. We're going where the wind takes us. Austin bailed.
To
So
hold
here we
on
are.
to the antenna as well. I'm surprised.
What did it say? It's fast.
To hold on to the antenna as well.
It said it's fast. This is shortwave too, which you don't normally get a lot through shortwave. So this is an interesting video actually. Can't believe I haven't. Well, I mean I didn't obviously sit and pick through it, but here we are.
Antenna as well. Sometimes I like to do that. I like to
Antenna.
hold on to the antenna as well.
It's fast. That sounded like that was right there too. That sounded like that almost sounded like somebody in the room.
I'm surprised there's stuff coming in through shortwave.
What is that?
Antenna as well. I'm surprised there's stuff coming in through shortwave.
It's a it sounded like maybe his Spanish, like Maravinja or something. Did you hear that?
Antenna as well.
Fast.
I'm surprised there's stuff coming in through shortwave.
Maravinja. I don't know what that's saying. Yeah, it's like a deep voice. It says Maravinja.
Shortwave 2, that's awesome. So let's go to shortwave 3.
Yeah. What's up? Oh, that's Spanish right there for sure.
Sweep right up a little bit.
So that's like a strong Spanish station coming through on shortwave. That's what that sounded like. Which is
Okay, let's go to
might be near one in
shortwave 4.
Kansas City here. Of course, it could come from anywhere, being shortwave.
Do you guys hear that mechanical sound? That is what I am listening for. I like that mechanical frequency type sound. You'll understand the more that you use this particular communication device.
That sounded like a preacher.
Okay, let's go to sweep shortwave 5. Shortwave 6. And what the hell?
Yeah. Should put that on 6.
And this is linear sweep, by the way. Meaning it's gonna, your bandwidth is gonna start sweeping all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom.
Sorry, what is that?
Bandwidth is gonna start sweeping all the way from the top.
I'm sorry. Something.
Your bandwidth is going to start sweeping all the way from the top.
Sorry. Something. I don't know.
All the way to the bottom. You see there's shortwave 7.
We'll hear it again.
See shortwave 7 right there. So right now it's sweeping on this band down here.
What's that?
See shortwave 7 right there. So right now it's sweeping on this band.
Sound like it said "you bitch" or something. I don't know.
Down here. It's going to go sweep all the way down and come all the way back up. That's why it's important to keep that band needle right there. Now, shortwave 7.
What I'm talking about. When you had
Do we know
that's
what
a
you're
strong
talking about?
statement.
Yeah, that was radio. But you know, once you get used to the sound of your box, it's always best to record, you know, with your recorder or your video camera or what have you, because you might, well, you will miss things sometimes that the box, you know, this device has actually communicated a direct response to you. You totally missed it. And I hate when that happens, because then I'm like, I gotta go back to that location. But as you can see, I am not communicating right now with this box. I am just doing a demo on it. Typically, when I am done using a communication device like this, I like to go ahead and close it out just by saying, Mrs. Katie is going to go ahead and close out this communication device. Thank you for communicating with me. God bless you. Goodbye. And I just shut it off, and that's it. Boom. That's it. That's it. That's all your box needs. And
Well,
that's it. So I hope this video is not too long. I might try to make a shorter one. Well, peace out.
peace out. Okay then.
Whatever happened to fun fake news? And I'm
I'm
not talking.
just playing. That's Papa Meat. I do like to watch this dude Papa Meat. He's got good videos. Okay, so I guess this is as good a time as any to wrap this here up. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it, Becky. Communicate is what it said. Is that what you heard? Is that what's okay? Communicate. Weird. Oh wait, what is this? Hold on a second. This is. I wonder if I'll get a copyright for watching one of. You know what? I was gonna get off here, but let me let's look at this real quick here. Where's the volume? Here we go. I don't want the audio. Hold on, let's go back. This is Steve Huff. What you're about to see is 100% real, 100% intense, and breaking huge barriers in spirit communication. Using my new human antenna with my latest advanced portal wonder box, you are about to see the most intense and incredible spirit session of my life. Oh my god, the intensity. And quite, I like how they added. I can't, and quite honestly, what I feel is most important and most incredible spirit session. Hold on. And quite honestly, what I feel is the most important and most incredible spirit session ever recorded. Oh, wow. In history. That is a bold statement. You like the announcer voice, Linda? Ha. Yeah. That's a bold statement, and quite honestly, what I feel is the most important and most incredible spirit session ever recorded in history. This video is 21 minutes long. I like all the text, dude. It's just gonna make you read all this. This needs to be seen. Hold on, let me. This needs to be seen and needs to be studied. Share this video all over, but wait until you finish it and watch it in its entirety. I think you will be amazed. Now, you read it right here. This guy says, share this video all over. This video needs to be seen. It needs to be studied. We're studying this video. That's what we're doing right now. We're going to, you know what? I've changed trajectory here. I was going to get off here, but I have stumbled on to something that I feel like I must. It needs to be studied, and it needs to be seen, and it needs to be shared everywhere. So everybody share this video. This is what is this? Huff Paranormal. This dude's got a 1.67 million subscribers. This dude is huge. I mean, but he says it right here. I bet you money I get a copyright claim. Anyways, but we are providing what is it? We're not just watching the video in its entirety. We're providing commentary. That's what we're doing. We're studying it, and it says it right here. I don't think I need to say anything else. You know, that's it. This needs to be seen and needs to be studied. Share this video all over, but wait until you finish it and watch it in its entirety. So we have to wait. You can't study it until you watch it, the whole thing. Then you can begin studying it. I think you will be amazed. Amaze me, bro. Let's do this. Let's go.
This is Steve Huff of Paranormal. I'm doing my first official test.
So let me preface this with Steve Huff. If you ever see this, I'm not trying to steal your. I'm not bagging on you or anything. I'm just watching the video. I don't know. I've heard of you. I think you're probably a cool dude. Let's watch this video. Let's see what the most important spirit box session ever recorded in history has for us.
With my new Wonder Box and my human antenna, I'm going to try to make a deep connection. So during this video,
I had no idea. I just realized there was text at the top here. So I had no idea how this was going to turn out.
you may see longer periods of me being silent and kind of focusing. I might look like I'm not in a trance. I just may look like I am sleeping.
Like not that kind of trance. Like trance. Not like trance music.
Be mentally focusing as hard as I can on this.
Linda says, I built the original portal with his plans in 2016.
Antenna on.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see it.
One part I feel like that's probably not the entirety of like his version. You know what I mean? Because you can see the pedals that he uses on his are different than the ones that he put out with his instructions. I do know that about Mr. Huff, his Wonderbox. I think it's cool. I think it's been replicated. I mean, I even kind of use a version of with some of the elements of that. Not so much the noise suppression, but
I'm going to ask to be protected. The shield.
We gotta watch. We gotta study and watch this, okay? So we can share it.
Any mean, evil, demonic entities.
So let's pay attention here.
I only welcome kind, loving spirits who want to talk. I am all about positive energy and love.
See, do we all have to do this stuff though? Like, I'm not like that. I'm not like this when I do ghost box sessions. I'm not like I'm about positivity and love. It's cool, man. I'm not bagging on him for doing that. I'm just saying I don't personally approach these things like this. Some people will be like, "Oh man, you have to be respectful." I'm respectful. I'm respectful in my own way. I guess I believe differently. So that's all.
Love.
I see a lot of people say these things though.
Bring
Now I'm digging all of the aesthetic qualities of this box. It's really cool. I like the lights.
Positive
I like the
spirits.
wires
And
on the
positive.
front. I like the coil with was this piece of amethyst, like an amethyst spear, some sort of crystal spear. I like the pedals. It looks like he might have sanded them, or can't really see, because I know in the instructions he uses like a Hoff. It's a Hoff effects pedal, right? It's a programmable effects pedal, but you know, obviously this is like an older version of whatever he did. This dude's got a lot of freaking subscribers, bro. This guy's like a YouTube famous. I got like not even 1,000.
Of communication. So I'm going to turn down the lights. I'm going to turn off this camera, and
No, you got to leave this camera going, bro.
longer form session. Thank you.
Let's see. So I don't know how this is going to be filmed, but you got to have like a real time camera of you, right? Like, because it's not just important what you're getting from the box, but you also want to see, you know, obviously it can all be kind of faked or edited, whatever, to make it look like whatever. Linda says a lot is unnecessary flair. Yeah, it is, but it kind of, you know, I get it. It's not just like I'm making a spirit box. It's like an outlet for your creative energies or whatever. You know, like I like to do little hippy dippy stuff with my boxes too sometimes, and I get it. It's the artsy side comes out. I totally get that, and I respect that. I think dude did a good job. It looks very, very fancy. I like it.
This is Steve Huff, Huff Paranormal.
Okay, so this is a good angle. What is on his head though?
Communicate with spirits.
I didn't get a full explanation of what is this on his head. I did not. He didn't explain that enough for me. Is that a copper coil? Is it just a copper coil? Is this his phone? Down here? This is a phone. And it looks like he's running the audio out of his phone into this box. So I don't know, man. Not looking good so far. Not for me. And then maybe he'll explain this thing.
Who talked to me?
It starts out slow, but gets incredible as we progress. I'm excited. We're studying this. That's what we're doing. This is transformative. And
Who is here with me?
so did he not hear it?
I have to make sure this is adjusted correctly. Hello?
I get this thing right here holding on to the box.
I welcome the spirits.
Like the antenna.
Come through the door and talk to me. There's the
So he's 100%. He's not even using a ghost box. This is not even a ghost box. This is not even. I guess you could say it's a spirit box, but it's not. It's not a spirit box at all. This is not a radio. This is not a radio base. This is not your traditional, I guess, in the sense, spirit box. You know, this is an app. This is his phone. This is the audio output, because this is back in the day when you had the 3.5 millimeter jack on your phone. And this is the audio ran out of his phone and then up into this. This is no radio. There's no radio on this. And also, I'm seeing what looks like at least three pedals on this thing. So this is not, whatever this is, this Wonderbox, this is not what he put out in the, you know, the plans or whatever to build with the Hoff mini reverb pedal and, you know, the noise killer pedal that you use together to get the whole muted static, and then the saturated Hall effect reverb. Anyways,
Door. Come into this room with me. I already feel you. My guide's gonna.
okay, so I don't like this so heavily edited. I mean, I'm fine with editing. I get it. You could have sat there for 2 hours, and you know nobody wants to watch the entirety of it, I guess. So you just edit it. You could edit like bits, right? And I know he did this 8 years ago, and I'm not bagging on. I just feel like it would be a better like, because you barely even got to hear the response, right? Like, what did it say? You asked me. And so, like, just as soon as it says that,
This room with me. I already feel you.
okay, see, and then it just immediately shifts into.
It's gonna help me connect. I want to ask some deep questions.
So, and there's no response there's no response from him to what the box is saying. So it doesn't really feel like a conversation. It feels like I don't know. I don't know.
And you can ask me questions. Show me in my mind who's here. And tell me.
See, I heard go, they decided you were right. That's what I heard. But anyways. Yeah, I didn't mean to go back that far. So,
Show me in my mind who's here.
The question is,
and tell me who's here.
So I guess my so what was that? What did it say?
And tell me who's here. They found me. I'm right.
Okay, so he responded.
Calling all kinds of spirits. Get in a line. Right here.
Okay. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. As I said, it's starting out slow. Yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna study. Okay, so we're gonna break our promise here. We're just gonna study parts of it because this is obviously very long, and I don't know that I have the. Go with Robbie.
Show me.
I wonder what is this on his head though, man? Is he ever? Pretty sure he's not. Did he explain it? He didn't explain it earlier. He didn't say anything about the thing on his head, did he? Did y'all hear him say something about the thing on his head? Because I didn't hear him say anything about the thing on his head. I just want to know if he explained what it was. See, but that didn't sound like that was even in the audio, you know? Does that make sense? There was no reverb. There's no like reverb effect when it said that. Listen. If it weren't an app, man, you know, like if it weren't an app, and I get it. Like, who are you to say what kind of technology that we can use to speak to spirits? I'm not pretending to be the. I'm just saying, personally, for my own discretion, I guess, whatever. Like, I think apps are not the way to go for that purpose. Like, and I'm gonna say in the capacity that they've been used. There's a couple, I guess, that are okay as far as like noise boxes, but the problem is it's a lot of audio that's just kind of it's put there. It's very intentional a lot of times. Said Donald Trump 8 years ago. Is that what? Is that what it said? I don't know, man. I try not to be like hard, like I don't want to sound like I'm being condescending, but this guy's got like almost 2 million subscribers, so who gives a shit what I say?
Millions of you. Gray, dark. Huh. I'm seeing.
You know what? Should I like end this live session and then start another one and just finish watching this? I think I should. And I'm just gonna name it that. Maybe we'll see what happens. See if we can make dude mad at us, I guess. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna end this live session and then I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna watch this in a separate one. So it's not just up it, because this is close to 2 hours now for the generic paranormal show, and I normally don't do that. I just got had an ADD moment here. So I'm gonna end this now, and thank you for watching the generic paranormal show. I'm gonna go live again here soon, and just gonna watch this. And I'll see if I got any copyright strike or claims so far for all the stuff we've watched tonight. All right, so thank y'all for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later. Everybody be good, and stay spooky.